The Canterbury Tales, which Geoffrey Chaucer wrote in Middle English at the end of the 14th century, is a great piece of medieval literature. The book is a collection of stories told by a diverse group of pilgrims as they travel from London to Canterbury Cathedral in the hopes of receiving blessings from the shrine of Thomas Becket. The tales are a reflection of medieval English society, with characters from all walks of life, including nobles, merchants, peasants, and clergy. The book is divided into 4 parts, with each section containing tales told by different characters. The first part of the book introduces the pilgrims and sets the scene for the journey. The narrator talks about the pilgrims in great detail, painting a clear picture of how they look, what they do, and who they are. Characters range from being religious and good to being rude and ribald. The narrator himself is one of the pilgrims, a middle-aged man named Chaucer, who serves as a commentator on the action and occasionally participates in the storytelling. The stories of the knight, the miller, the reeve, and the cook are in the second part of the book. The knight tells a story about 2 knights who fall in love with the same woman. The miller, on the other hand, tells a dirty story about a carpenter whose wife cheats on him. The reeve tells a tale about a deceitful miller, and the cook tells a story about a cunning thief. These tales are a mix of genres, from romance to comedy to morality play, and they showcase the range of storytelling styles that Chaucer was capable of. The stories of the man of law, the wife of Bath, the friar, and the summoner are in the third part of the book. The man of law tells a story about a good Christian woman who is wrongly accused of murder, and the wife of Bath tells a story about a knight who is punished for mistreating women. The friar tells a humorous tale about a summoner who is tricked by a clever widow, while the summoner tells a scathing satire about a corrupt friar. These stories talk about gender, justice, and religion, and they also comment on what was going on in society at the time. The stories of the clerk, the merchant, the squire, the franklin, and the doctor are in the fourth and last part of the book. The clerk tells a story about how important it is to be patient, and the merchant tells a story about a young man who learns how dangerous it can be to borrow money. The squire tells a chivalric romance about a brave knight, while the franklin tells a tale about the power of hospitality. The physician tells a tale about a rich man who learns the value of humility. These stories are more thoughtful and self-reflective than the ones that came before them. They also teach moral lessons about life and people. Throughout the book, Chaucer uses a variety of literary devices to create a rich and complex narrative. He writes about social and political issues of his time with satire, irony, and humor. He also uses symbolism, imagery, and allusion to deepen the meaning of his tales. The book is a testament to Chaucer's skill as a writer and his insight into human nature. One of the most important ideas in the book is the conflict between what is holy and what is not holy. The pilgrimage to Canterbury Cathedral is a religious journey, and the characters are looking for blessings from the holy relics of Thomas Becket. However, the tales they tell are often irreverent and bawdy, and they reflect the worldly concerns of the pilgrims. This tension between the religious and the worldly is a recurring motif in the book, and it speaks to the complex relationship between religion and society in medieval England. Another significant theme in the book is the power of storytelling. The characters in the book are united by their desire to tell and hear stories, and the tales they share are a reflection of their personalities and worldviews. The book is a great example of how powerful stories can be, as Chaucer uses his skill as a writer to weave together many different characters and stories. The book also looks at how stories can be used to change and control reality. For example, some characters use their stories to get what they want or to criticize others. In addition to the depth of its themes, the book is also important historically. As one of the earliest works of English literature written in the vernacular, the Canterbury Tales played an important role in the development of the English language. Chaucer's use of Middle English, a form of English that came before modern English, helped to make it a literary language and influenced writers for many years to come. Overall, the Canterbury Tales is a rich and complicated work that still holds readers' attention today. Its mix of humor, satire, and moral depth make it a timeless masterpiece of English literature, and its vivid descriptions of medieval life and culture give a glimpse into a bygone era. This book shows how good a writer Chaucer was, and his ability to weave together different stories and characters into a whole that makes sense is still a literary marvel.